everyone, it's Lexi, and it's so good to finally be posting on this blog. And the reason I am making this blog is this video is to update you guys, because my blog has been rather neglected the last few months, and it definitely has not been because I haven't been thinking about you, because I have. And I just wanted to give you a life update and tell you kind of what I've been up to. So first of all, I just want to say that I have been reading all your blogs, and shout out to Bonnie, who posted, again from Bonnie's Blessings. It was so great to see your blog post. Your most recent one is just a great update, and Paige, I still love your outfits and your photographs, and Skylar, your colonial dress was just amazing. I just loved it so much. And Miss March, I love all your funny little posts and stories. So there you go. This summer has been really, really wonderful. I have been very thankful because I felt like I grew a lot in my faith, and I felt like some things that I kind of needed settled in my spirit were settled. A year and a half ago, I had the decision to go with my dance studio on a really amazing trip to Guadalajara. Guadalajara is in the state of Jalisco in Mexico. It's one of the southernmost states in Mexico, and it was really great. We were going to go to some master workshops, and you know what? I just felt like the Lord was saying, hold on, you don't have peace about this. So I actually ended up kind of unsigning up for it. I had given a down payment and everything, but I had been able to talk to my teacher, kind of get things rearranged, and I went on my normal summer trips with my church to church camp and on our mission trip. And you know what? It was a beautiful thing. And I wrote kind of about hard decisions a good year and a half ago on the blog, and I'm happy to say that I feel like I've been making decisions a lot easier. And it's amazing how things can change and how God can kind of help you through hard experiences. And I do believe that process of kind of making a decision I wasn't comfortable with, and then writing that decision and going back and saying, I really feel like I need to go with my church on these trips. I believe that was kind of pivotal to kind of getting me more used to making the correct decision and sticking with what I decide. Because I don't know about you, but I hate making decisions, but I don't hate it as much anymore because I'm learning and God is leading me. So it's just a beautiful thing. I had a lovely summer, and some great things were happening. So here's some updates. First of all, a month ago or so, my sewing machine that I've had for 3 or 4 years died. And it didn't just die, it died a cruel and painful death. If you open this puppy up, there's a crack down the center of it, all the way through the main body of the machine. So it was incredible, but it bit the dust, and it was awesome because I had kind of been preparing myself for getting a new machine. Even a couple weeks before it died, I was like, I am going to need to start thinking about a machine. And I was like, it was incredible because it died and I wasn't really stressed out about it, and I found a industrial machine on Craigslist. So the great thing is I got an industrial sewing machine, and of course it's way too big for me to show you guys, but it's mounted on a table and there's an engine underneath. The motor is not in the machine, it's mounted under a table. And this is a machine, guys, that hopefully I can use for many, many years to come. It's truly a professional machine, and I'm just so grateful. So that's a really big blessing in my life. The other thing is I've been working a lot, and I work for a nonprofit dance studio that brings dance to into the schools, but also when I'm not working there, I'm like, I am doing things for other people. And I'm sewing projects for other people. And one of the things I've been doing, and I'm just showing you this to show you what I've really been up to, because some of this is like, it's not all glamorous, but sometimes when I come home from work, I'm like mending stuff for my church family. So this is like a scrub top, right? So sewing is not always like fun. Sometimes sewing is doing a little bit of the drudge work, but it's such a blessing because I can alter things for people, and I love being able to help people with my talent. So it's not all glamorous. And you know what, that's okay. So I've mended some really odd things actually, but it's great because I love my church family so much. So that's one of the things I've been mending. And this is kind of my little sewing box I like to take with me. This is my Fox box. And you know, I haven't had a lot of time to do any cool personal sewing, but I take my little Fox box with me and my mending, like to waiting rooms. My family has had some health problems lately, and I can just mend in the waiting room, and it's just such a blessing. So there you go. Also, I have started attending another church service on Saturday nights at a different church, and it's been really great. I joined a Bible study as well, and I kind of felt a prompting this summer to kind of explore the greater Christian community in my city. And I asked my pastor, I was real honest with him, and I said, I just absolutely, oh, hi Rita, come here. Oopsie. Here's Rita. I told my pastor, I said, I love my church, and I love you and everything, but I feel like I need to have some more fellowship because our church is very small. And he said, no problem, why don't you go to this church on Saturday nights? And it's been a huge blessing, actually. And you know, I think sometimes when we're just honest, rather than trying to hide things, I have seen sometimes people not handle leaving churches, I guess, in the best way, and it was amazing. I've been very honest, and so I'm kind of I'm going to this church on Saturday nights, and it has some young people, but it still teaches like what I believe, and then I still get to go to my wonderful church on Sunday morning, so that's been great. And I just joined the women's Bible study at the new church, and like I have my little devotional book, and it's been so great. It's on 1st and 2nd Timothy. But aside studying 1st and 2nd Timothy, the last few months I've discovered the book of Romans, and the book of Romans is so fantastic. It's kind of like the cornerstone of everything we as Christians believe. And without the book of Romans, like, wow, like it's the book that kind of started the Protestant Reformation, and a lot of like revivals and great awakenings have started with like the rereading and the absorption of the book of Romans. So the book of Romans is like quickly becoming one of my favorite books of the Bible, and there's some really deep stuff in there, some really hard stuff, but there's also some beautiful things, and it's just incredible. The book of Romans, I have so much of it highlighted, it's not even funny. So I've been doing that. This summer in July, I got this little Mexican doll. So I don't know if a lot of you know this, but the reason this blog, if you look on the URL, is Old Fashioned Dolls is because this blog started as a doll blog. When I was about 16, I was heavily into collecting dolls, and I still love dolls. In fact, I have most of my dolls. And this is a doll, a little Mexican doll I got. Dancing at a quinceañera, which is where a girl turns 15. It's sort of a coming out party within the Hispanic culture. And my dance studio danced at this quinceañera, and they let us have food, and they also gave us party favors, and I just love her. She has like little traditional wrapped underwear that I think are so cute, and her hair is braided, so just a beautiful, beautiful doll. Also, that church that I have started attending on Saturday nights, they are going, I think 9 people from that congregation are going to India on a missions trip. They're so nice at this church. I feel like it's an extension of my home church on Sunday mornings, like that same spirit of fellowship, and everyone really sees eye to eye on the same things, and you just kind of feel welcome. I took my sister with me last night, and she's like, wow, like that feels like home. I'm like, right? So it was beautiful. But they're going to India on a mission trip, and so I bought this sari to support them, and I hope to make like a dress out of it, so we'll see how that goes. So also working, sewing for work, and sewing, mending, and just doing all that busy stuff has reminded me how much I enjoy relaxing historical sewing. You know, I was so blessed after high school because I spent a few years just sort of learning how to sew and perfecting my sewing, and I did not know that it was going to turn into what I ended up doing like as a job. But the Lord really used those years, and I had some beautiful years of staying at home and just pumping out large quantities of historical clothing, and it really taught me all my techniques and solidified me as a seamstress. But I have been thinking about getting back into historical sewing and when I have the time. And so one of the things that I have here is sort of a Civil War dress, and I kind of wanted to show you the fabric. It's like pink stripe. It's 100% cotton, and it has very pale brown striping in between the pink. So I have like my lining and everything cut out, and I can't wait to sew a Civil War dress when I have time. But I also want to get into sewing some eras that I haven't dealt with a whole lot. I was thinking like ancient Rome would be so much fun, and Italian Renaissance. So some updates in my life. I've been really contemplating the whole idea of creating room to breathe and to reflect, and not building our lives so busy that we miss out on the beautiful things. I mean, we live in such a beautiful world, and I say this with the knowledge of everything that's going around us, and with the knowledge of poverty and suffering. But there is still a lot of beauty in our world, and sometimes I think we can all be rushing around so much that we don't enjoy it. And God does not create junk, and He doesn't make a mistake. And so I'm trying to cultivate a life where I weed out the stuff that I don't need to spend my time doing, and I concentrate on the things that He would have me do and the things that I can do well. So I've actually turned down some opportunities in my life to try to make sure that I'm not overextending myself, and that I can do what I do and do it well with excellence. So God is very good, and I'm very thankful for everything. And you know what? I'm coming up on 10 years I'm having this blog. I'll be 26 in November. Oh my goodness, 26. But I can honestly say I've never been happier as an individual. And that's because of God's grace in my life. And that's because He makes beautiful things, and He's always there for us when we go through the mess and the junk of life. So I just want to let you know that I love you guys so much, that I'm still here and I still read your posts, and hopefully I'll get more inspired to post things and what to post. But I love you guys very much, and take care.